And I'm Jeannie Becker.
Hi, I'm Daniel Richler.
Hi, I'm Lori Brown.
I'm Denise Tomlin.
I'm Jenna Wade.
Larissa?
Yes, Avi.
I'm Byron Wong. And I'm George Strombolopoulous. Welcome to the 25th anniversary of the new music. All right, here we go. September 22nd, 1979. A pretty big day in music journalism because that's the day where on City TV in Toronto, the new music aired for the first time. And as we enter our 25th season and 931 episodes later, we've covered a lot of ground. We've been all over the world. We've been seen all over the world, had some of the biggest artists in the world even before they broke big, and they were breaking big and breaking down all in front of our cameras. We were also there for the big movements, and one such movement in 1979 was punk rock. You had the Clash, Iggy Pop and the Stooges, and of course the Ramones. They all had big followings in Toronto, and one of the more memorable moments was when the road manager for the Clash at the O'Keefe Centre, and interestingly enough, this is a venue most known for like the ballet, had an interesting way of calculating all the rock fans on this side of the ocean.
There's at least 14, 15 flats, 16, that counts. 16 rock and roll fans in North America.
What exactly are you doing with the kids? Licking. Licking, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Having a laugh.
Oh, ho, ho.
This is America, which I'm talking about, and perhaps Canada as well, is they all listen to like mostly shit music, you know? And that's what we're doing, is we're here to alleviate that.
Oh girl, my problems can't follow me.
I like peasants. I like shop girls. I'm like a simple guy, you know? I like a good meal, you know? Good meal and a good screw.
You were innovators, obviously. I mean, you still are, but so many people now are crediting you with the whole, you know.
They should, you know.
You do like to take all the credit for what's happening in music.
Well, we deserve it, you know. Well,
but it wasn't...
Credit what credit's due, you know.
I imagine that you've heard of Wayne County.
Wayne County is a transsexual rock and roller, and I spent some time with Wayne when she was in town, and boy, was it strange, but it was a lot of fun, too.
People accept rock and roll performers as being eccentric and a bit bizarre and different anyway. But to me, it's like, it's not a bit strange.
Chauvinism can be male chauvinism, female chauvinism. To me, a pig is a pig. It's high time people will realize that women do have minds of their own and that a female body is not dirty.
What we kind of do is give people the joy of screaming, if you will. You scream with your whole body, you go nuts, and you feel better afterwards, rather than just holding it inside and turning into some Valium-infested fool.
Jello kicked me in the face. He did.
Punk rockers and rockers in general can be some of the most one-way, closed-minded, fascistic people. I mean, they get so mad if you do something different sometimes. But we're not sorry, ever. You know, we are never sorry for what we do and what we play.
What do you know about the Jesus and Mary chain?
Well, the next big thing, the flavor of the month.
Flavor of the month?
Yeah, they're damn noisy.
You're missing a couple of strings on this bass guitar. Is that how you learned it? And you never bothered to buy 2 new ones? Or is there a plan?
After 2 years, I mean, what's the point spending money and all that? It's like 2 is enough. It's adequate. Anybody can play this bass. It's like...
Introduce another couple of strings and you confuse the guy. It suddenly has just dawned upon me that we've been drinking a lot, you've got a camera, you're trying to get us to roll about in the carpet and make them look pretty.
It never occurred to me, never.
Well, the interview's been done, going to switch that all.
You know, after the birth of punk rock, it was hard to imagine that all the gritty guitars would be traded in for the flamboyant synthesizers. And then all of a sudden you had artists like Duran Duran, Gary Newman, and the Human League showing us that the meticulous application of eyeliner and lipstick could be as important as the music.
We
you've been following the new wave scene in this city, punkers are no longer confined to those who wear torn T-shirts and safety pins through their ears.
Things were getting very stagnant in England just after the punk thing died out when the Sex Pistols split up. And things were getting very boring.
The sort of decadent scene that sort of arrived after that was kind of the Blitz scene in London, which we were all very much a part of. And it was really that sort of, it was a very creative, very fresh atmosphere.
We'd go out to clubs and we'd dress up like spacemen in silver suits and bleach our hair and do weird styles like this and big boots, and we'd walk in and they'd all go like this.
You didn't wear ruffly shirts or whatever New Romantics was supposed to wear?
For about a week we did. For about a week, yeah.
You've obviously just got a sense of theatrics about you, I think.
Do you think?
Definitely.
I've got my jeans on. I was being really incognito today.
Watching Top of the Pops in England and seeing pop music by hand at #1 and going, oh, no. We were going to be #1 with the synthesizer record first. This is a tragedy.
People are saying, oh, new wave, it's dead.
Sure. Next Devo tour might be acoustic guitars and banjos.
Let's go.
The old wave was like this, the new wave was like this.
All right, near the end of the new wave movement, reggae was clearly making its way into it. With artists like Bow Wow Wow, The Slits, and The Police, there was no doubt that reggae was moving into the mainstream. And the new music was there for a lot of memorable moments in reggae. And perhaps the most memorable was also the most sad, when J.D. Roberts traveled to Jamaica to attend the great Bob Marley's funeral.
The Honorable Robert Marley, OM, was finally laid to rest shortly after 5 o'clock Thursday, May 21st, in his home parish of St. Anne's on Malcolm Hill, in a small town called 9 Mile, where he was born 36 years ago.
He was a people's sacrifice. He was sent for that purpose, I guess, to give himself.
Some call it marijuana.
This is Peter Tosh, a Rasta man, a member of a religious group called Rastafarians rooted in the island of Jamaica.
It's no doubt, no if, no but, no maybe. Anytime the first note strike, you're under that spell.
We've been following reggae for years, but this was our first chance to experience it at its roots. Jamaica during Sunsplash is fabulous. Being held in the heat of August, you can't beat the weather, and you can't go anywhere without hearing reggae.
96 degrees in the shade.
What we're dealing with is love and harmony amongst people, amongst all races of people.
Reggae is really a music. It means together, oneness, love.
All right, you know how reggae was all about peace, love, and happiness? Well, this next movement had nothing to do with that. And you know how parents used to get all freaky about Elvis Presley and how when he shook his hips, it was like making the devil's music? Well, that was nothing compared to what happened in the 80s. I'm talking about heavy metal, and yeah, the new music was there for all the big hair, the tight jeans, and the guitar solos, not to mention some of the most bizarre analysis ever.
What is this man doing? Is he performing an exorcism or some electric mating ritual? If you don't know the answer, then you are in need of the following new music heavy metal primer.
We like to rock and roll, and I loved rock and roll. I needed it, I crave it, I must have it, give it to me. In fact, I will take it anyhow.
I'd say a fist going straight up in the air is a lot better way of expending energy than going straight into somebody's face.
What is heavy metal? Hell rats! We're all hell rats! Earth dogs! Children of the damned! Rivet heads!
Oh, no, you first. Oh, God, yours has had a lot of exercise. Okay,
Oh, that's fun. Rock and roll! It's rock and roll. It's better than disco.
Party!
The bad man of rock and roll in Toronto last year turned out to be Alice Cooper. His no-show at the CNE August 19th caused the worst riot in Toronto rock and roll history.
They're really crackling now.
Tell me why Iron Maiden's never gotten into the whole fashion, glam, heavy metal, stereotypical stuff. I mean, you wouldn't want to look like this all the time.
That's true, but, you know, I'm old-fashioned, you know. I mean, I was born a guy, so I figured women should wear the makeup.
I've been dressing like it for a while. I find it sexy.
I must be weird or something. Sorry.
Why don't you read? What we're telling these you know, religious fanatics, read this. Shout at the devil. It doesn't say shout with the devil. It's at the devil.
Can't tell one day from the next.
See, I told you.
He does.
Big blur.
Where the hell are we?
This is Toronto.
So that's basically it, a beginner's guide to heavy metal. But if you're still unclear, let me try to put it to you a little more plainly.
So when the new music started in the late 70s, hip-hop was a brand new genre, and nobody was covering it the way the new music was. Artists like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and Boogie Down Productions, they all had their first television appearances on this program. Here's some highlights.
In 1982, two forms of folk art surfaced in the ghettos of New York, breaking and rapping.
Check it out.
What does deaf mean?
Huh?
Deaf.
Deaf. I mean, like, see, we don't use deaf. We don't really use deaf no more. That's old. That's the old school.
I got a dance everybody do around the world called the Bismarck.
Hear ye, from far and near. Fly, we use fly.
And what does fly mean?
That kid is fresh.
New York City, I run things. Me, Bismarck, Cass One, we run New York City. Running Bronx, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The one they call the Big Daddy Kane is here.
What does fresh mean?
Great. Fresh mean great. Here to react, attack. As a matter of fact, I bring forth a sudden impact.
We're Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and we came here to Canada all the way live.
What is the secret to the art of rapping? I mean, is it just quick thinking all the time, or obviously real feel for the music? But
What do you think, Mal?
Yeah, well, I guess it could be a little quick thinking, but it's just something that you just do and get good at.
One unique twist the Fat Boys have to keep them on top is the human beatbox, who adds an original element to their raps.
do you think rapping's the kind of thing that might be just a passing kind of trend?
They say the same thing about rock and roll, but, you know, rock and roll is still here. So I think rap is going to go on to better heights.
It's like now, a black recording artist like myself can be interviewed now in '89. 20 years ago, hey, we probably would have had to come through the back door. That's the point.
Check out the justice and how they run it, selling, smelling, saving, living. Everybody's trying to get swifted.
Rock and roll and rock music is only attitude. It's not anything else. Rock is not guitars. Rock is attitude. That's one of the things I'm fighting for, is that rap is viewed as rock and roll.
Grandmaster Flash and the 5 MCs are guaranteed to rock you to your knees.
Woo! All right!
You can't take life so goddamn seriously, honey.
How was the concert?
It's intense. It's wonderful.
The new music on Much. It's all about the music. Brought to you by...
All right, welcome back to the 25th anniversary of the new music. Yes, it's true we were there for all the movements and moments and such, but one of the things that makes the show as important as it is the fact that any artist that mattered appeared on this show, and oftentimes they were saying things that mattered. One of the really cool things about the new music at the time was, for a lot of us, that's how we were introduced to some of the biggest artists of their time.
We're not sitting tight, we try hard.
What is it in terms of the energy? I mean, you put out more energy.
We give it all we got, that's all. It's as simple as that.
I can't stand apathy. It's so easy to be pessimistic. It's so easy to destroy or to be cynical. It's far harder to create.
Big business is a con. City life is a con. Country life is a con. The army's a con. The navy's a con. Even cable television is a con. Even rock and roll is a con.
I think young people should live for the moment to a certain extent. I think it provides the energy and the anger that keeps society moving on and progressing.
There's notes for you.
I was playing at the CNE and I was pointing up at the Molson sign. It serves them right. They should have, you know, the Molson's Home for the Homeless. I'm starting to like that idea. How do you like that, Molson?
I think music substantiates itself just by being music. I don't think you have to use it as a platform. And a lot of times when people do, you know, it's kind of naff.
The whole catchphrase of think global, act local doesn't just apply to political viewpoints or action. I think it's much more than that.
We're not the originators of a particular, of every kind of music that there is, meaning I'm not, but there are different cultures that really have been influenced by other cultures, and, you know, it's kind of been melting together.
You gotta give it all you got or forget it.
One thing the new music has been keenly aware of is that, well, there is life beyond Queen Street. Since the early 80s, we've been traveling the world to bring you new sounds and scenes. Everywhere from Brazil to Iceland, the new music has been covering pop culture. And one place we can't seem to get enough of, and with good reason, is Jamaica. In 1982, the great J.D. Roberts went there for the Jamaica World Music Festival.
Montego Bay, Jamaica, the sleepy, sun-washed center of tourism for the Caribbean island, came alive for 3 days at the end of November. Good to see you down here.
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do, all our viewers in Toronto?
The only thing that bothers me is like Montego Bay is quite a tourist place. I'd much rather do a show in Kingston.
Last weekend, in the small town of Devore, outside of San Bernardino, California, some 500,000 people paid $20 each and braved 12 hours of 90-degree temperatures for the 3 days of the second USC Music Festival. Headliners The Clash disrupted the festival by accusing Wozniak's people of being naive idealists who are really out to make money.
The thing that The Clash don't understand, and the thing that a lot of these bands don't understand, is that you can't take life so goddamn seriously, honey.
How was the concert with 255,000 people jumping up and down all at once?
Yeah, it's intense. It's wonderful.
I think they're just discovering something for the first time, you know. The only thing that worries me is I hope all these Brazilian kids aren't going to go running out and buying spandex trousers, you know. Couldn't stand any more spandex trousers.
I'm Daniel Richler, and my co-host for this special episode is Mike Williams of Much Music.
And we're at Strawberry Hill in the Blue Mountains, overlooking Kingston in Jamaica.
My music is not political or this or that. It's just the truth.
So long as we get money, I will shake hands with the devil on the left and the devil on my right for the sake of expediency. Famine demands an expedient measures. And whatever it takes to keep those people alive, I will do it.
Where are you from?
Manchester.
Scotland.
Liverpool.
Denmark. Denmark?
Yes.
I started fighting for justice. I mean, before the war. So I was always protesting through my music.
Well, I don't know if my didgeridoo playing will ever make the top 40, but there has never been a better time for Australian music to be hitting the top of the charts in the international market.
I need you tonight. There is freedom within.
Look at that man taking that dead baby for a ride. Oh.
They're funny, aren't they, Australians? Funny people.
Sing this song to Canada so you can be on the video, the latest video. And I know I'm right for the first time in my life. That's why I tell you, you better be home soon. Yeah!
Get some sluts up here, then. You're about to say how much.
No, I'm not saying anything.
And I don't really consider them groupies because ours are much cleaner.
The new music on Much. It's all about the music. Brought to you by...
Welcome back to the 25th anniversary of the new music. Off the top of the show, I had mentioned that to that point, music journalism was essentially in magazines. And what television cameras brought to the party was, well, we at home had an opportunity to see these artists as they really were. Because this was in an era before stylists owned the scene. This was how an artist was represented. And a lot of them, well, they hit rock bottom in front of our cameras. Here are a look at some of the more painful moments, including some sadly legendary stuff with Iggy Pop.
Well, there's not enough money in Europe, you know? It's more in America.
So you're after money now, are you?
Pan to the suede pants, can we check the professional manicure?
Oh, stop it up quick, Kenny. That's very well. Get some sluts up here, then.
Look, I know you're right.
Now, wait a minute. Hold it. Stop for a second. We're talking about friends here, otherwise known as groupies in some locations.
And I don't really consider them groupies because ours are much cleaner.
We didn't see any rape thing going on.
Come on, guys. That's like real rape.
No. Okay, all right, fine. It was about, we were generally promoting rape.
Yeah. I mean, if you think we're generally promoting rape, you know.
I mean, come on.
Because I have more talent.
In certain areas.
In any area than you could ever dream of.
How the f do you know that? Is that actually about the days that you were a teacher?
When I was a school teacher, I used to teach 16-year-old schoolgirls.
And they lusted after you, did they?
Oh, and the other way around.
Do you want to go back to your hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank
you. You really are something else.
Yeah. In other words, you're about to say how much.
No, I'm not saying anything.
I am.
What are you into? I can't believe it, man. Okay, that's a wrap.
There you go, some serious moments with Iggy Pop. If you look back at the history of this program, it's impossible to put it in one episode, and so we have another one coming up for you very soon. Make sure you go to the website, it's thenewmusic.net, to find out what's going on there. On a personal level, if it wasn't for the new music, I would not be working in this industry. This is a show that I grew up watching, and so the opportunity to be here with you for this episode is an absolute honor. Thank you very much for being a part of it, and we've got lots more gold still to come.
1, 2, 3, 4!
So where were we? Yes, where were we?
We were talking about the fact that you think...
You know I was trying to pick you up earlier?
Oh, you were?
I
Oh,
was,
if only I would have known.
Who is that chick?
Kiss the stage! Come on, Denise, kiss it!
What do you want to be when you grow up, Bobby?
I didn't make up my mind yet.
When I'm gone, you say I was a good guy, so fair enough, you know, and then you can have the next one.
And I'm going to say you're a great guy.
Thank you very
much.
much.
I love you, and
Good
so
night.
do a lot of people. Bye-bye.
This is a test. This is a test.